Hey man, how you feeling?
I feel like ripping your head off and skull you!
Yeah, Thought you might say something like that.
Alright, you got here anyway.
Oh, I could tell that Robert had an unhealthy grip on the Necronomicon when I popped my head in. So as soon as I left, I went and grabbed Lucille and, well, I came back just in time to see you arrive. And to get a home run myself. Robert? You in there, bud? Can you hear me?
Robert's not hearing much of anything anymore.
Bullshit. Robert's strong. I know that he's in there with you.
Poor little Cecil. Holding out such trivial hope. I swallowed his soul, and you'll never see him again.
Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Robert the Wolfman.
And we're still stuck here, so yeah, fun. but anyway.
Bring me beer.
So we are going to continue our Evil Dead coverage with actually something that came before the original Evil Dead movie, but contextually it made sense for us to cover it after. And basically that is the 1978 half-hour-long concept film Within the Woods, written and directed by Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell starring it. Yep. And this was the thing that Sam Raimi made that ultimately enabled him to make the original Evil Dead, which we already covered. So it's only 30 minutes long, but it is basically the same storyline as we've seen at this point in our lives here in 2023. It's the same storyline we've seen 4 other times. So, but yeah, or 3 other times besides this one. So,
yeah. Well, the nice thing though is just like it wasn't necessarily as similar to the other ones. They had a basic concept, but they definitely refined it once they did Evil Dead itself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. But this was really interesting. I mean, it was, you know, the copy that we watched. It's been scrubbed off of a lot of the internet, but if you Google and find the right site, you can find it. But it was very degraded, you know. It cuts to black and has the old, you know, VHS deterioration marks and stuff, which is really cool. It actually adds to the experience at this point.
A little bit. You guys might be able to find like a copy on eBay probably if you guys are hard pressed enough. Right. I would imagine so.
But yeah, so this group of people end up at this cabin, and it's not even as scary of a cabin as in everything else. It seems like it's a cabin that they must have had access to. It was just a normal vacation cabin, and they tried to make it look scary, complete with the swing bouncing against the side of the building, but it's not nearly as ominous on a you know, normal looking home.
That's true. Well, the one thing like I had mentioned to you when we were watching it is there's a lot of shots in this concept movie that they showed to their investors to get the money for Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Between a lot of shots between this that was refined and made better in the later entries of the actual Evil Dead franchise.
Yeah.
Which I thought was actually really cool. For example, the swing scene.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of cool stuff, you know, that it's funny. It predates everything else, but, you know, nowadays people might call these things Easter eggs for the rest of the series. You know what I mean?
In a sense, yeah.
See what made it through the rest of the series from this concept. But yeah, it's got the same story. Except, was there a Necronomicon in this?
No.
No
So basically,
Necronomicon.
the story with this one was
Just a demon in the forest.
Well, it was
Happening.
they were camping, or the house was built on an old Indian
burial ground, right?
And Bruce Campbell's character he finds a grave and decides to dig it up and finds these old artifacts and then a knife. Him and his girlfriend during a picnic take a little nap. She wakes up, he's gone, and then basically she finds him later on down the road, and then slowly everyone starts getting attacked by
He's the
demons.
first Deadite, though.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing. Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell is the first one possessed, and he causes all the trouble in this.
Yep.
Really, really fucking cool switch.
I actually liked the ending of how they did this too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just kind of jumping real quick over to the sound. The sound of this this little short 30-minute movie was fucking awesome. It was actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, the sound was the best part of the film for me. I mean, it's really degraded, so
It's
it's tough to
dated.
see a lot of the film because, you know, obviously they didn't have a ton of lighting out there, and they did their best, so you can't see a lot of it really great. You can't even see a lot of the effects really great, but
It kind of helps.
yeah, it does kind of help it, I'm sure, quality-wise. But yeah, it's still real. The sound is so creepy. I think the sound is creepier in this than in any of the other movies. Like, I will say that. I was more unnerved by the sound in this than in anything else because it was more consistently creepy rather than just a couple moments here and there.
Even some of the dialogue from the Deadite Bruce that
Yeah. Yeah, there's. I liked because he said join us a lot more than in the other movies, and it was really creep-tastic, for sure. Join us, join us. I was like, yeah, dude, that's fucking creepy as hell. So the acting was okay, you know, very early experimental acting, but Bruce and the lead actress were the same, right?
Because she's the one who reprised her role in actually Evil Dead as Cheryl, his sister.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was actually our final girl in this, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, and it gets pretty heavy at the end, like you said. The end is really cool. So, yeah, I mean, overall, if you haven't seen Within the Woods, it's very much worth your time, especially if you're an Evil Dead fan. If you haven't seen it,
Absolutely.
so absolutely check it out if you haven't yet. We are going to continue our coverage with the Evil Dead 2 coming up in the near future. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't bother trying to find us. I don't think you'll be successful. But, you know, we appreciate the thought if you want to. Thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel the way that you do. We greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Robert the Wolfman.
And remember, stay scared.